Cool. I think I'll just start. So today I'm going to talk about um, like will AI, Chat GPT, and other tools. Like what's the impact of these tools over jobs? And I mean, are these kind of um, a problem for us, or are these like opening more opportunities for us? I'm just going to cover all these aspects in this particular talk. Yeah, so I mean, a quick intro about myself. I am currently working in Meta. I work in ads, and my org is responsible for generating about 10% of total Meta ads revenue. So we generate about $15 billion. That's what my org, like I work in app ads. So that's what my org is responsible for. I was previously employed with Amazon. I was working with Prime Video team over there. I've also co-founded my startup. This was called Interviews, and then I worked with both 0 to 1 startups and MNCs. Off the work, I love playing cricket and chess, and I'm very passionate about mentoring and teaching. I'm also on various platforms other than Codementor as well. So feel free to kind of touch base with me after this talk, and we can just catch up like casually as well. So the agenda for this talk is what are the AI capabilities and limitations, impact on entry-level tech jobs, effect on specialized tech roles, the changing nature of tech jobs, and then in the end, I'll leave about 10 to 15 minutes for Q&A. And also, if there are any questions which you want to ask in between these slides, do feel free to just write it down either in the chat or Q&A section, and I'll take up those questions as well. Um, yeah, I mean, we can have this like a very interactive session, so feel free to stop me, question me, or if you think there's any sort of additions which you want to make, just feel free to kind of add it. Cool. So I'll start with the rise of Chat GPT and AI. So especially on the job market, like we'll just start with the introductions. Like basically, what's Chat GPT and what's OpenAI for somebody who don't have like a lot of background. So it's a major breakthrough in AI. It was developed by OpenAI, and then it was also backed by Microsoft. It's a language model which is becoming the fastest growing consumer app globally. For instance, it crossed 100 million users in just 2 months after its January launch. I think possibly Threads by Meta was the closest competitor in a recent time, but I'm not sure of the numbers. Yeah, so the other key players, I mean, quickly kind of came into being, which were Google. There's this platform called Bard, which Google open sourced. Then there's IBM, Amazon, Baidu, Tencent. These are all significantly investing in AI research and development. Uh, I mean, and there are a lot of startups which are kind of spinning up based on various like language models, and there are like, I mean, I'll cover up those use cases in my later slides, but I mean, there's a whole lot of revolution which is going on right now in terms of startups as well. So in terms of broader impact, I mean, it's just not about Chat GPT. It's also revolutionizing many other industries as well. The future of jobs, I mean, from the World Economic Forum reveals that around 75% of surveyed companies plan to adopt AI tech in the next 5 years. I mean, I have many friends at various other FANG companies also, and in Meta as well. I can talk like the major focus and hiring which is being done is basically for AI specialized roles, and there's a whole org which is being spun up just to focus on incorporating, I mean, generative AI on various products which we have right now. So it's a huge revolution right now, and people are kind of trying to learn or get ahead of the market. I mean, just trying to keep up with the developments because there's so much of things which is going on so fast. It's difficult to keep pace with all the things which are going on. And I mean, we can clearly see Chat GPT is a testament to the transformative power of AI in our society, and it has like far-reaching implications which are still unfolding. So, in the coming slides, I will cover how AI could alter the job market, presenting both challenges and opportunities, and how we can leverage AI and adapt to it. So these are just some numbers. There was a report by Goldman Sachs, which says that about 300 million jobs worldwide are at a risk of automation. There is a substantial number that signals transformative potential of AI in the job market. And then this same report suggests that approximately one quarter of all the work could be replaced by generative AI, highlighting the magnitude of this change. Generative AI like ChatGPT is driving this transformation by automating tasks and even gathering content, visuals previously generated by humans, in this redefining job roles. I mean, I just didn't disclose this, but this whole PPT I've created on ChatGPT itself. So this in itself, I mean, you can think about like I'm giving a talk with like creating a slide using ChatGPT. Um, yeah. So AI capabilities in Chat GPT, Claude AI. This is the another tool which I use, and I've found it really useful. And then beyond. So I mean, these are the various use cases which I have personally come across, and companies are kind of leveraging AI in content generation. Uh, I mean, writing blogs, news articles, marketing content. I know some e-commerce companies which are using AI generated product descriptions to save time and ensure consistency. Um, I mean, let's say you are an Instagram influencer, and then you want to kind of write some influential posts on your profiles. I mean, you can leverage ChatGPT for it. You can use ChatGPT for generating keywords, making some impactful descriptions. Um, I mean, so basically, you can kind of have a whole lot of use cases, especially in the social domain, content generation domain. Then there's another one which is customer support chatbots. I mean, we previously used to have these people, and then when we call them, they would kind of pick up. And then, I mean, they have been some sort of AI which is implemented, but I don't think, I mean, people usually tend to talk to like person. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of investment which is going into customer support chatbots. For example, Zendesk, they have created an answer bot which is for customer support, and it can provide instant answers to common customer queries. Intercoms, there's this another company which is working on resolution bot, and and it also is supporting customer queries. Then there's language translation apps. So it's been integrated into a lot of language translation apps. These apps can quickly translate text or speech between multiple languages, making them valuable for travelers and international business communication. I mean, and then this healthcare industry. There's a whole lot of new um, innovations which are going on in the medical industry, especially, for example, with patient queries, appointment scheduling, providing basic medical advice. I mean, it's yet to be kind of. I mean, it's tricky when it comes to giving medical advice, but still, I mean, this is a gray area where people are still kind of using it, but you still require human intervention. So they offer immediate responses and help reduce the burden on medical staff. For example, there's this company called Ada Health. So they provide AI-driven symptom checker and medical chatbot. And then there's Babylon Health, which offers AI-powered medical chatbots. Um, then, I mean, I've been using these code assistant bots in my own day-to-day coding thing as well. So there's, I mean, when you start coding now, many different IDEs are getting integrated with AI bots, and it makes your life so much easier when you're writing code. So, I mean, so whenever you write code, it will automatically give you the whole piece of code which you were supposed to be writing. Or my, or maybe like a template, and then you just need to kind of change some variables, and then and you can just create like the whole file in minutes, when I mean, as earlier it used to take hours in doing so. So there's this product called GitHub Copilot, and this is a very popular tool, which is powered by OpenAI Codex, and this assists developers by generating code suggestions and explanations. So you can actually integrate this tool with any of the code bases, and then you can ask to create like some comments, and also ask what is the business logic behind this particular code, and it will give you like, it will understand the whole piece of logic, and then it will tell you in plain simple English um, what that code is actually doing. Then Tab9 is another code completion tool that helps developers write code more effectively. Call center automation. I mean, it's very similar to customer queries, but yeah, I mean, many of the call centers are using Twilio, Flex, Five9. These are all using AI to be able to automate customer queries. Um, I think Amazon's there's another tool which is called Code Guru. So that's also kind of uh, so that's another AI tool which is AWS offering. So what it does is it creates test cases for your code which you have written. So it automatically generates unit test cases, and then you can just kind of copy paste in your IDE, and then you can just run those test cases. So it covers all the edge cases and everything, and then you don't have to write special like unit test cases on your own. Uh, yep. So I'll just check the Q&A and chat once. Awesome. So, I mean, there are these abilities which we are aware of now, and but there are also limitations to these chatbots in comparison to human capabilities. For example, I mean, understanding complex contexts. So let's say people in legal professions. I mean, they struggle to grasp complex cases and interpret nuanced laws. I think there was one of the cases also in US um, where somebody had used Chat GPT to create a case, but then and he was actually successfully able to defend his case as well. But there was a lot of facts which were incorrect, and then I mean it highlighted the limitations of these artificial bots. There's lack of emotional intelligence. For example, in professions like physiotherapy, human therapists excel in empathy and understanding emotions, while chatbots fall short. Inflexibility and adaptability. Disaster response teams require real-time adaptability. Chatbots cannot are not trained to do that. Insufficient creativity and innovation. I mean, creative writers invent unique content. Capacity chatbots lack. Yeah, I mean, I think they don't understand context very well. They don't understand what kind of audiences you want to cater to, and so I mean, so there's a lack of creativity and innovation right now, which is missing in these chatbots. Complex problem solving. Again, I mean, in the field of medical science, doctors integrate holistic knowledge, ethics, and real-time data for diagnosis, a level of complexity which chatbots can't match. Um, Timeliness, again, this is like, I mean, these chatbots are always learning, so they might not be updated with real time data interpretation. So this is another area where chatbots are lagging. Vulnerability to manipulation. Of course, I mean, content moderators may apply nuanced judgment in context, a skill chatbot often lacks. Human oversight requirement. So, for example, in customer service, human oversight is essential when people, let's say, escalate their cases, or when the queries are too complex to be handled, or they require some ethical interactions as well. So yeah, in summary, I mean, chatbots like Chat GPT have limitations in comprehending complex contexts, emotions, adaptability, creativity, problem solving, real-time data, and resisting manipulation. Human oversight remains still crucial when applying AI to various professional roles. So, I mean, this is one of the slides which covers AI's influence on entry level tech roles. I think one of the major use cases where uh, AI is actually really, really helpful is automation of repetitive tasks. For instance, in data entry positions, AI driven software can quickly and accurately process and record data, reducing the need for manual data entry by entry level employees. Then enhanced efficiency and productivity. By automating these mundane tasks, it helps to improve efficiency and productivity. For example, entry level tech professionals who are working on help desk support can use AI powered tools to streamline routine troubleshooting procedures, allowing them to focus on more complex user issues. Lower barriers to entry. I mean, for instance, in web development, you can actually create some website builders, and then they provide you templates and automated design sessions suggestions, which makes it easier for entry level developers to create professional websites without extensive coding expertise. Uh, I mean, for example, let's say you want to learn some new language, or you want to, I mean, create a website of your own, but you don't understand HTML, CSS, JavaScript in a lot of depth, and I mean, you don't want to kind of go into depth as well. All you want is to be able to create a website of your own with some basic HTML, CSS. So I mean, it is as easy as saying that, hey, can you just kind of create a sign up page for me using HTML, and then I mean, it just lays down the whole code for you. So you can just copy paste um, and then be able to kind of create a website of her. I mean, it's not that straightforward. You need to have some sense of how you want to host your website and stuff, but still, it as compared to previously, you had to read all those tutorials and courses. Now you just can go and you can ask, and then I mean, you can just start learning on the go. Potential for career growth. AI's influence on entry level roles provides opportunities for career growth. For example, entry level analysts can use AI based data visualization tools to quickly generate insights, which can lead to more advanced roles in data science and analytics. For example, 75, I mean, this is one of the data points which I came across, um, that 75% of the companies are looking to integrate AI into their operations within the next 5 years. And this trend highlights the increasing role of AI in reshaping entry level tech roles, such as data analysis, analysis, web development, and help desk support. Now we come to like more specialized tech roles. Again, it increases productivity and decision making. For example, in the field of data analysis, Chat GPT's natural language processing abilities facilitate faster data retrieval and analysis, leading to improved efficiency in data related tasks. For example, I mean, and this is common in Meta as well. We use our own internal tools, not Chat GPT, but we use our own Meta tools to generate reports and insights from complex data sets, and saving time and improving decision making processes. And tools like Tableau and Power BI are also commonly used in data analysis. And then there's a good job growth in chatbot related roles. For example, specialized tech roles related to chatbot development and management are experiencing significant job growth. I've just covered like before, 75% of the companies are looking to integrate AI into their products. That basically translates to increasing number of or increasing demand for people who are specialized in AI, and who have that knowledge. So, and the job market for chatbot developers grew by 52% from 2019 to 2021. And this was a report by TechCrunch. Um and again, like examples of enhanced productivity. So for example, they can handle routine customer queries, freeing up specialized support professionals to address complex issues and provide high level assistance. And in e-commerce, chatbots can, like those on Amazon, can assist customers with product recommendations, order tracking, simple queries, allowing specialized support agents to focus on resolving complex related issues. I have a friend who is basically building an e-commerce platform where what you can do is, like, let's say if you're going to hilly area. You're actually going on Amazon, but what you're typing on Amazon is, I'm going to a hilly area, and give me like cloth recommendations, and then it will just give you all the inventory which you're supposed to be carrying when you're going on a particular trip. So that's the kind of intersection which I'm seeing right now in these products, which is amazing. And then I've covered this before as well. AI in software development, GitHub's Copilot. Uh, it does code completion for you. It suggests code snippets, and then also provides context-aware recommendations. This has led to faster coding, reduced errors, and improved code quality in software development projects. For instance, it can also, like, there are tools which can also tell you uh, the the risk if, let's say, you are developing some piece of code, and then what risk it has of breaking the production if it lands. And so it basically tells, like, a code reviewer what level of seriousness somebody should be reviewing your code. I mean uh, these are some of the latest developments which I've been seeing in software roles especially. And then changing nature of tech jobs. AI is reshaping the landscape of tech jobs. The nature of tech roles is evolving to incorporate AI and data driven expertise, leading to shift towards hybrid positions that combine traditional tech skills with AI knowledge. For example, in the field of cybersecurity, um, like, traditional roles have expanded to including AI based threat detection and response. And so they are combining traditional security knowledge and AI to be able to effectively protect organizations. Shift towards hybrid roles. Um, Hybrid tech roles are becoming increasingly prevalent, who bridge the gap between traditional tech and AI are in high demand. These roles require expertise in AI, data analysis, and an understanding of how AI can augment traditional tech solutions. For example, data engineers, they are actually evolving into AI integration engineers now, and they're responsible for deploying and optimizing machine learning models with data pipelines. Uh, yeah, so previously, data engineers were just kind of responsible for building pipelines, and maybe, like, bringing up some data reports, and talking about some SQL queries, and other sort of database queries. But now I think the role is getting involved into more like an AI integration engineers, where they're supporting machine learning engineers for optimizing, like, machine learning models, or deploying these pipelines, and then kind of integrating data pipelines with like machine learning models, and basically creating this whole backbone so to be able to run your analysis on data. So, data on increasing demand. The demand for tech professionals with AI knowledge is on the rise. Organizations are actively seeking professionals who can harness AI to drive innovation, optimize processes, and stay competitive. Um, I've already covered this fact. 75% of tech companies plan to hire AI specialized roles within the next 2 years. So, we have covered up basically what's the challenge, what's the capabilities, and what are the limitations of AI. And now, how should we be kind of preparing for the future? I think the right thing to do right now is to adapt to the changing job landscape. As the tech job landscape evolves, tech professionals should proactively adapt, stay open to the possibility of embracing hybrid roles and combining traditional tech skills with AI knowledge. For example, let's say if you're a network engineer, consider acquiring AI skills to work in an emerging field of AI augmented network engineering, where it's used for security and optimization. um, upscaling in AI and staying updated. There's a lot of material which is available online, such as there are courses offered by Coursera, edX, and LinkedIn Learning. And there's a lot of I have a separate slide where I list all the resources which I personally go to keep myself updated. I'll cover this in more detail later on. Yeah, but the point is like you need to be kind of going through various courses. Let's say if you're new to this whole field, sign up for some online course, start learning what's this whole hoopla about, and then go to Reddit. I mean, there's a very beautiful subreddit, machine learning, where people keep posting all the latest trends. So yeah, the point is to staying updated, encouraging in continuous learning, embracing a mindset of continuous learning and professional development, attending workshops, webinars, and industry conferences to network, learn, and expanding your skill sets. So you can participate in tech hackathons, kind of pair up with somebody on collaborative projects, and maybe you can learn from each other, apply your own AI knowledge, gain practical experience. Engaging in these activities can set you apart in a competitive job market. So again, I mean, the nature of tech jobs is very dynamic right now. I've highlighted the dynamic nature of tech jobs in the age of AI. We have seen how AI is reshaping traditional roles, giving rise to hybrid positions, and increasing the demand for tech professionals with AI expertise. From data analysis to software development, AI is becoming an integral part of tech job requirements. The tech landscape is evolving, and the tech professionals need to evolve with it. And embracing opportunities with while AI poses some challenges, it also presents some exciting opportunities. The evolving tech job market opens doors to those who adapt and upskill in AI, and embracing the potential of AI, and then be able to drive innovation. Uh, yeah, by fostering a culture of continuous learning and staying updated with technology trends, you can position yourself as a valuable asset in the ever changing tech society. So these are the resources which I personally like. So there's this course on Coursera and edX. There's a lot of AI and machine learning courses from top universities and institutions. Fast AI, Deep Learning.ai. There's this course by Andrew Ng, including deep learning specialization, websites and blogs, and then like towards data science. It's more for people who have like some background in data science, and not purely for machine learning engineers. OpenAI blog, AI research journals. I mean, these are just few sources, but I think there's a lot of like blogs and channels and online courses which are available, basically you can start learning from there as well. Three blue, one brown. This is my personal favorite. Like I love their content, and it's not just AI. It's also like physics and maths and AI. 2 minute papers. They summarize the latest AI research papers in 2 minutes or less. And then there's this guy called Siraj Raval. So he offers a variety of AI and machine learning tutorials and content. Um, yeah. So now it's the Q&A. Uh, yeah. Any questions?
I I don't have any question, but maybe a comment. I think like ChatGPT uh, is a little bit biased in some cases, and also like I have used ChatGPT in the past for writing codes, and sometime it has given me library which doesn't even exist, just to give out something, just to write a code, because I asked ChatGPT to do that for me. And when I checked it on the internet, this library doesn't even exist, you know
I see.
So
That's weird.
yeah, yeah. So like I have so far I have had a bit of a negative experience with ChatGPT. Like I expected it to do something like really, I don't know, I was expecting it to do something marvelous, but it has given me some dumb results so far. And I have also used ChatGPT to write resume, to write cover letter. And the cover letter was basically just my resume, but like in sentence format. Instead of bulletin, it was just giving me a sentence format resume as cover letter.
Yeah, I think this is like one of the problems which I have also faced, and I think like you need to be having the right prompts for it to be able to give you the right content. So the more like the more precise you write the prompts, and then it gives you like better content based on that. For example, uh, I mean, I just kind of write sometimes, breathe, think, and then write down the answers, and then the difference in content is a lot better as compared to what it generates previously. So yeah, I mean, understanding what prompts are there and using the correct prompts, I think that makes a lot of difference in what you get out of, especially in content generation queries. It makes a huge difference based on what kind of prompts you're giving to it. Yeah, I think so. There's this question by Suhas. CAC versus AIML, which branch is best for future? Um, so I'm not sure if AIML is a very specific branch, but I think the foundations get laid if you are a computer science engineer. Um, so when I graduated, it was not so much about AIML. So we did, like, I mean, our engineering and computer science and engineering, and then we did our masters. I mean, my friends kind of did masters in AIML. So that might be the right way to kind of progress in your career. Um, but still, I mean, I think there's any what do you say, limitation to learning AIML if let's say you are not even a CSE graduate. um, you can still take optional courses. You can go onto the internet, start learning about um, various concepts, and once you understand the basics, you can start contributing, and like basically write some small side projects, or and there are various like platforms online wherein you can take up some challenges. And then, for example, there's Kaggle for data science, and then there's other platforms as well where you can start contributing to them. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, sure, I can hear you.
So my question was, recently in the United States of America, there was some actors that they were protesting because these let's say, for example, OpenAI was using their data to train their models. Like, what can we do in the future to prevent such cases so that these AI models don't take the data of the people that they don't want to share. They only want to share their work with other people instead of sharing it with this model, and then this company will charge uh, the people, let's say, for example, 20 euros uh, to use their creation tool. So this kind of doesn't make any sense. So is there any way, let's say, for example, to prevent the sharing of data with these models or with these companies, that they simply just take the data out the internet? They just basically scrape
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think what you're talking about generally is about privacy, is about respecting privacy of the users, and how much of data which you're sharing with them. I think I'm not very sure about this, but when you log in onto Chat GPT, or when you sign up on Chat GPT or other tools, they actually ask you whether I mean, your data would be kind of shared with them, and then they would be used in models. So I think this is a very what do you say, ever evolving, or like still, this is a problem which is kind of still, which still has not been handled in the best of its uh, like execution. But still, I mean, for example, companies like Meta, we are actively working on building really solid privacy platforms where we kind of make it very transparent to the users, what kind of data we are actually using in order to recommend, let's say, any ads to them. And then it I mean, it basically is up to the user what kind of data they want to share with us, and then and how they want to share with us as well. I mean, there are a lot of nuances where we say that, okay, this particular data cannot be used for a particular use case, but may be used for some other use case. So yeah, I'm not sure in the context of these AI models how much these models are respecting privacy. But I'm sure like this is one of the major um, limitations which they are aware about and are actively working to give their users transparency about how they are using this data.
Just a quick follow-up, just a quick follow-up question. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, and what about, let's say, for example, a lot of users go to different websites and they are treated with this license agreement or like customer service, like this page when you have to allow for cookies. So that in order for them to
Mm.
take the data, how many people do actually read that? If someone is just going to bombard me with I don't know, 50 paragraphs of of just reading material, who is going to read that?
Yes, yes. I mean, I myself sometimes don't read that, to be honest. So yeah, I think this is all something which. So I'm pretty sure like the future of data is going to be private, right? Like, um, and with more and more regulations coming up from US government, from the Europe government, the more these companies, especially the big companies, are adhering to respecting the privacy of their users. There are ways which we can use to stop these, like let's say Google, from reading our data from different tabs and then not sharing with any of these websites. For example, I mean, recently, if you are an iOS user, you might have seen with, I think, iOS version 13 and above, that whenever you install any app on your mobile, um, it asks you whether you want to allow sharing your data with other apps or not, right? And then let's say if you say no to it, then that your activity within that particular app is not shared with any of the other apps which are there on your mobile. So this is like one of the examples. Then there's OBA, which is like online behavioral activity. And you can, so that is basically for like stopping your data on any of these websites to be shared externally via like any company like Meta, or somebody else, I mean Amazon or the likes. So you can stop that as well. So I mean, what I'm trying to say is like with government imposing more regulations, um, definitely these things are going to be more transparent and easier for us to be able to stop sharing our data with these companies. We actually kind of come across these things on a day-to-day basis, like especially in ads, because we need customer data to be able to recommend good date like good ads to our users, right? So we have to be very careful as to what what are the privacy settings of the users, and then which data point we can actually use for recommending ads or not. and then what are the data points which we cannot use. So we need to be like very, very intelligent about it. Yeah. Awesome. um, that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I hope this was useful, and I will leave these slides on the Codementor event itself. So you can just ping me on LinkedIn or on Codementor, and we can just like have a quick chat. Or if there's anything which you want to know about, feel free to ping me. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.